welcome to this very special show, Rahul Gandhi's Prime Minister's Speech. I'm Supriya Srinath, and this is the big political development of the day. He's added a new chapter in his political journey when he explicitly declared that he will be the Congress's Prime Ministerial candidate in 2019. He said if the Congress party gets adequate number of seats, he will be the Prime Minister and no one else. This is a special edition, and we are joined by three very special guests. Joining us from the Congress party are Tom Vadakkan. We've got Mr. Narendra Taneja from the BJP and Smita Prakash, Editor News ANI. Thank you very much, each one of you, for being with us. Hope to have this fruitful discussion around what does this mean for the Congress party, for Indian politics and 2019 at large. I'm really going to ask you, Tom Vadakkan, a very frank question. Many people have called Rahul Gandhi the non-serious politician, somebody who's not a career politician, somebody who doesn't take this seriously. What has he declared today? Has he declared today that he is ready for the grind of politics? He will have no hesitations in taking up the top job. Many people had so far said that even if he got an opportunity, he is going to take a cue from his mother, get his own manmohan. What is the message that the Congress party has taken a cue from what Rahul Gandhi says today?
Supriya, let me put this whole thing in context. This was to a series of questions from journalists from Delhi. Most of them were asking questions in Hindi and not in Kannada. They were all, some of them from the Congress beat, some of them from the BJP. Now, there were a variety of questions. First, they asked him about 2019, and he said, now this is Karnataka elections. Let me focus on Karnataka. Now, they persisted, and he said, yes. He is the Congress president and he is a natural choice as the Prime Minister. Now, what he said worries a lot of people, essentially because they thought there is a space and that the Congress would give up the run, because we are confident of the numbers, not only in Karnataka but in the other states. We will emerge as a party with larger number of seats. Now, if that happens, yes, Rahul ji is the natural choice. Now, what is so shocking is many of them have been disturbed, particularly from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, Rahul ji is giving a fight to the combo of the Prime Minister and the BJP President. It is a single battle that he is fighting, and it's a huge battle. He's asked a variety of questions which has not received any answers from them. There are the Reddy brothers issue, then there is a chief ministerial aspirant who has been to jail for some time. Now, these are the people they are saying is corruption free, and legitimate questions are being asked. They are throwing corruption charges against us, but the point is they are showcasing corruption itself. So, the issue is when the battle is between Rahul ji and the combo of the mighty Bharatiya Janata Party, President and the Prime Minister and the entire cabinet. So, please understand, worries them because this is a serious issue. Tom, so, they would react the way they react.
Tom Vadakkan, hold your thoughts there, because I don't think the message is just being delivered by Rahul Gandhi and that's all that matters. The entire Congress party has obviously said he'll be the Prime Ministerial candidate. If the Congress comes back to power, he will be the Prime Minister. The significance here is that Rahul Gandhi is saying it himself, and this isn't the first time. Even in September, he had said something similar. I'll go across to Smita Prakash before I take it across to the BJP. And Ms. Prakash, is he reassuring that if he gets elected, and if the mandate is for him, he is not going to do a Sonia Gandhi in the Indian electorate? He is not going to go out there and find a technocrat like a Manmohan Singh to run the government. Is that the message that he is also delivering?
Well, in a way, yes. If Congress does emerge as the single largest party, then finding a technocrat or finding a nominee is really giving up responsibility. If Rahul Gandhi's intention was to say that if I am campaigning and if I am seeking your votes, then I am your nominee for Prime Minister. in that I think that's an honest way to go about it. I don't think it's right to shirk responsibility, something that he has been blamed for or even his mother has been blamed for having power without responsibility. So if that was the intention, then fine. But at the same time, to say that, you know, just because he's the natural choice of the Congress party, he would be the natural choice of the united opposition, if there is something called a united opposition that does come about before 2019, he would probably not be the united opposition's natural candidate. It would have to be the Congress party, which would have to be the largest entity in that united opposition, to be able to say that, hey, it's our nominee who will be Prime Minister. Now, will that be acceptable to say a Mamta or a Chandrababu Naidu? I mean, so many ifs and buts, because the united opposition hasn't come about as yet.
That's a fair point, Anita, and we will discuss that point in greater detail. The coalition being a catalyst, what will it mean in 2019, and a little later in the show. But I just want to get the opening comments and just want to get the opening remarks from each one of you. And Narendra Taneja, I'm glad you can hear me now, sir. And this question really comes your way. In a lot of ways, there is now certainty of one fact, that 2019, at least from a Rahul Gandhi point of view, is going to be Rahul Gandhi versus Narendra Modi. That's how 2019 is going to stack up. It isn't, he's leaving nothing to chance here. Congress is perhaps not going to go faceless in this election like they previously have. They will go into this election with a prime ministerial candidate, because he's saying it out in the open now that he will be prime minister if Congress gets the numbers that they would want to. So 2019 is going to be all about the direct contest between Mr. Modi and Mr. Gandhi, it seems.
Well, how? I mean, we don't understand. You know, so there is a, Mr. Rahul Gandhi needs to understand one thing. There is a difference between a proprietorship like Indian National Congress, where he was elevated to the presidentship just because, you know, the family owns the firm called Indian National Congress. But being the prime minister is a completely different ball game. He doesn't understand, you know, like a princeling. He thinks is entitled, you know, is more like the, thinking more like this, he's entitled to it. But that's not how you get the prime ministership. You have to be elected by the people of this country. And if you really go by the cold numbers across the country, the trends, the people's mood and everything, is very evident that, you know, who people are behind. People are behind Mr. Narendra Modi, and that's it. I mean, you can see that state after state after state after state. And secondly, as far as, you know, having an ambition to become the prime minister, there are millions who have this ambition. And within the political, you know, folks also, you can see Chief Minister of Bengal, then you have Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, and there's so many of them. So he has to first compete with them. Okay, in the Congress, he doesn't need to compete, but he would have to compete with all of them. But as far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, you see, we are very happy. If he wants to be the prime minister face of the Congress party, that's up for the party to decide. But we don't see any competition in him. We don't see he's the competition. He is a failed member of parliament. He's a failed vice president of Indian National Congress. He's a failed president of the Indian National Congress. He's not a mass leader. He's of course a ladla of his mother. That's fine. We respect that. But beyond that, he's nothing. What is Mr. Rahul Gandhi? And he has to yet to show his mettle in the game called politics. I mean, look, for instance, since he became vice president, how many states they have lost? How many? 13. And since he became president again, 5. And he's going to lose another one. Just wait for a few more days. So that's his track record. Look at the constituency, the very constituency, Amethi, he failed to deliver. He failed to deliver even in the constituency that he is represented for so long. So Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he can dream. You can have Mungari Lal ke sapne.
You made your point
there is no ban on it. But the point is that...
No, let's not get personal here. Let's not get personal here. I don't want you to get personal. I don't want anybody else to get personal about Mr. Modi also. So just hold your thoughts there. But you raised this question on winnability. And Tom Vadakkan, that's a point that everybody is going to raise. Rahul Gandhi is obviously your party president, and quite naturally, like you yourself said, and he's saying it himself, he will be the prime ministerial candidate. And if, God willing, your party does win, he will be the prime minister, he says. The question is winnability, and his track record on winnability raises many questions and much to be desired. Your party has had a string of losses since 2014, ever since this Modi-Shah duo and their well-oiled, ruthless political machinery came to power. It looks like the Congress has not been able to withstand that onslaught. So questions on winnability will be raised, and rightly so.
Supriya, let's look at the larger background. We just had a Northeast election, and what did the BJP number of seats do? And then there is this backroom operation thanks to a variety of their financial structures. And then there is the governor finally to fall back upon. What numbers are they talking about? The Northeast, they are talking about Meghalaya. I was there. 2 seats in Meghalaya. And they talk about an all India performance. Now the point is, you get out of the money culture, which they will have to, because people of India have realized 4 years non-performance. Economy has gone down the drain. Demonetization has messed up employment, and GST has done the rest. Now this government wants a second position. Now they are talking about their Mamta ji is acceptable. Nobody is saying that. They are saying Mamta. They want to do a divide and rule in the opposition. Ideological positions may differ. But let me tell you, in the interest of larger India, a concrete structure that is India, the pluralistic structure that is India, you need a change at the top. And that change is being led by Rahulji. There is no leader today in the nation who is fighting the combo of the Prime Minister, his Man Friday, Amit Shah, and the entire cabinet. Let me tell you this has never happened, and he is taking them on single-handedly. If the messaging is clear, we will lead from the front. Ideology is apart. India is in question. Whatever they may say, nothing has been delivered. That's the issue.
All right. Tom Vadakan, you made a point there about ideology and all of that, and I will go across to Smita Prakash and ask a very simple question. And that question has to be about an alliance. And I'll come to the Grand Alliance in just a bit. But Smita Prakash, can Congress be the catalyst of an anti-Modi front? Because truth be told, whether it's a Samajwadi or a Mamata or a BSP or a Naveen Patnaik or a DMK, these are all regional satraps. And Congress perhaps is the only pan-India party, so to say. Do you really believe, even though that the Congress can be this glue, can the Congress be this, can catalyze an anti-Modi alliance together? And will Rahul Gandhi be an acceptable leader? Will he be acceptable to a Mamata Banerjee, or will he be acceptable to a Sharad Pawar? I think NCP has said they will support him. But to many others, to many stalwarts, will he be the most Sonia Gandhi was a natural accepted leader of the UPA. Can Rahul Gandhi be the same figure?
Yeah. That is what was ridiculous when NCP has already come out and said that being the oldest and the most experienced, I think was the word Mr. Memon used, alliance partner of the Congress, Rahul Gandhi would be acceptable to them. This is when Mr. Sharad Pawar is still around, that NCP says something like this. Look at the experience of Mr. Pawar. Despite that, they turn around and they say that Rahul Gandhi would be the acceptable leader. Mr. Taneja said that, Rahul Gandhi is like a princeling, and that's not how you become a prime minister. I'd like to point out that that's exactly how a Gandhi becomes a prime minister, a member of the Nehru-Gandhi dynasty. That's exactly how they become prime ministers, by inheriting the legacy. They don't, whether it was Rajiv Gandhi, whether it was Sonia Gandhi, whether it was Rahul Gandhi, that's exactly how they have charted the path and become president of their party and probably prime minister. He being the ladla of his mother only, no, he's the ladla of the Congress party too. Mr. Chidambaram today, a former finance minister, said that he's the natural selection of the party to be prime minister. So not ladla only of the mother. Then Mr. Vadakam says that Rahul Gandhi is taking on single-handedly the combo of Amit Shah and Modi. No, it's Mr. Siddaramaiah who's leading from the front, and Rahul Gandhi is giving support to Mr. Siddaramaiah. It's a Siddaramaiah led campaign out there in Karnataka. It is unlike the BJP, where it is not a Yediyurappa-led campaign. The Congress's campaign in Karnataka is that. Now I come to your question whether it would be acceptable to the alliance. I doubt it. I doubt whether a Kejriwal or whether Mamta, Naidu, any of these guys. I mean, I can bring out the entire list. Why would any of them who have spent decades in politics, leave aside Mr. Kejriwal, but everybody else has spent decades in politics, why would they accept a Rahul Gandhi who's never been even a chief minister or a minister in a cabinet? Why would they accept it? Logically, no. Unless Congress comes up with these stupendous numbers and there's nothing they can do other than support the Congress.
Yeah, but that is where I will have a point of disagreement with you, because all these parties, you know, on their own can't pass that 35, 36, 37 odd mark. And if the Congress can put 100 on the table, then they're in the game. And I think that is what, you know, hedging their bets will be all about. But I want to take this larger point on, and I'll come to Naren Taneja in just a bit on another point. But Tom Vadakan, is there also a shift? Is there also a mindset change within the Congress? You know, between Panchmari and Shimla, you know, the approach to alliances changed. Has the approach to alliance also changed in terms of being a junior or a senior partner? In Gujarat, you were willing to play a smaller role. You seem to be willing to play a much smaller role in Uttar Pradesh between the SP and the BSP as well. Because these are electoral realities. These are regional satraps who are very, very powerful. You've got to follow their cues. Is there also a mindset change in that sense? Is Rahul Gandhi willing to change the Congress's politics to be the junior alliance partner, to be the junior ally, like in Bihar, if that means there is winnability?
So Priya, this is basically with ifs and buts now. You're talking about Panchmari and then the movement to Shimla, and you see it is an evolving situation. We are not astrologers. Point is, if we get the number of seats, and the way forward, you're seeing Madhya Pradesh, you're seeing Rajasthan. Now, these are seats where they will have to pay a heavy price. Now, the point here is, if we get the seats, yes, we are on the driver's seat. But one thing that our Smitaji said, I accepted that yes, the Chief Minister is a prime mover in Karnataka, but at the same time, he is the Chief Minister and he has led the show for 5 years, and he is explaining the situation very vividly, and I'm proud that he is doing what he is doing. We are not trying to take credit from anybody, but the point is, as a national leader, Rahul ji is fighting the combo. The state issues that are being there is led by Sitaramaiah, and very correctly too, and he is doing a splendid job. I have seen a tweet from, I think it was Smitaji, who said that instantaneous responses were coming in. And I'm very proud that the Chief Minister has reacted the way, and he's a prime mover. But yes, it is backed by the Indian National Congress, led by Rahul ji, who is taking on the combo at the top level. It is seen across, it's a pan-Indian story. Nobody can hide that reality. Questions are asked, no answers. The Prime Minister has no answers, except that he recycles his old jumlas to present it. I find this a very strange election. No new contributions. No, he makes his packages like he promised in Bihar. If I come to power, I'll do this, I'll do that. This is all repackaging his jumlas.
Right. Okay. Tom Vadakan, this show is not about Karnataka. This show is about Rahul Gandhi's pitch to be Prime Minister, and we're going to restrict it to that. But Naren Taneja, I'll come to you. And one of the questions that does come to my mind is, and you know, you can turn around and say that who is Rahul Gandhi? He's a failed politician. We don't take him seriously. But the reality is that you do. I mean, your party does. If Rahul Gandhi speaks at Berkeley, you have none other than the INB minister and the textile minister and the law minister and some 2 other ministers do a press conference. If Rahul Gandhi is raising questions on Twitter, you're not answering those questions directly. You know, the rhetoric is not going to substantiate for answers, and he is raising some very pertinent questions. Let me ask you a very direct, frank question to a man I know who's honest and will speak frankly to me. whether it's social media or whether it's otherwise, Rahul Gandhi has also taken it upon himself to directly attack the Prime Minister. And I think that's the difference that we are seeing between the last few campaigns and this one in Karnataka. He's attacking, he's in direct contest with the Prime Minister, and that seems to be getting under the BJP skin. Are you going to deny and tell me, say that that isn't true, Naren Taneja? Okay, we seem to have lost that line with Naren Taneja, and I'll go to him in just a bit. But I do want that line back with Naren Taneja, because that's an important question to answer. Is the Congress and is Rahul Gandhi and his social media team and everything and the questions that are being raised, is any of this getting under the BJP skin, and is that rattling the BJP? That's a question that I would want to ask. Let me take that question across to Smita Prakash then. And Smita Prakash, do you believe that this new Rahul 2.0 or 3.0, that whatever people call him, is getting under the BJP skin? Why is it that when Rahul Gandhi speaks, the entire cabinet needs to get out and refute him in equal measure?
See, on the one hand, the BJP doesn't really think that Rahul Gandhi measures up anywhere near Mr. Modi's stature. That is on one hand. On the second, they always take a Nehru Gandhi seriously. They never take away from the fact that it is possible for the Congress to resurrect itself. I mean, just like the Congress has done several times. So they never will, forget about the threat that the Congress could pose. And from the beginning, from 2014 onwards, they have that single point agenda that they're going to make it Congress Mukt Bharat, and they are succeeding. Whether that is the right thing to do in Indian politics for democracy, to completely decimate the opposition, not really decimate the opposition, decimate the single largest party till today in the opposition. Opposition is there. It can come in the form of, a splintered opposition which gets together. But breaking up the Congress party has been the single point agenda. Now comes whether Rahul Gandhi's social media avatar. I don't think they are scared of the social media avatar, but here is a competition that is there on social media which was non-existent till last year, where Rahul Gandhi has reinvented himself and come up, whether it's him or his social media team. They are putting up a spirited fight, at least on social media, which was a one-way street for the BJP from 2014 till 2017.
That's true. Is Naren Taneja back with us on the phone line? Because I want to go across to him. Can I go to Naren Taneja? Okay, Naren Taneja is back with us. And Mr. Taneja, I'm sorry we lost you on that news, on that live feed. It's a patchy line. But I wanted to ask you this question, which I went forward and asked Smita Prakash, but glad you're back with us. And I want to ask you this question. If Rahul Gandhi is so irrelevant, and if Rahul Gandhi is such a failed politician, and if he's such a nobody, then why is it that the entire establishment of the BJP has to get together and refute anything that he says? Why is it that his jumlas, like he calls them, or his tweets, is seemingly getting under the skin of the BJP? Is he rattling you?
If you're suggesting rattling, absolutely no. You see, but we also react the same way, whenever Mamata Banerjee says something, or Naveen Patnaik ji says something, or Chandrababu Naidu says something. We always do that. That's our culture. Mr. Rahul Gandhi says something, one of our spokespersons, call a press conference, and we basically, respond to it. Are we rattle? Absolutely no. Rattle for what? I mean, you said in your, you just said Congress is a pan-India party. On what ground? It used to be a pan-India party. It's not a pan-India party anymore. They don't exist in majority of states, including the large states like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar and Bengal. They don't exist there. So, but yes, they used to, not anymore. So we are not rattled at all. The point, and you also said that, I was talking making a personal remark. I was not making any personal remark, against or on Mr. Rahul Gandhi. No. But that's the character of the party. It's a proprietorship firm. So I can't help it if I have to comment on that. I never comment on personal things otherwise. The bigger point here is that, they are trying what they are trying to do. But Mr. Rahul Gandhi, according to us, is not in the control of the party yet. We saw what happened in Madhya Pradesh. Despite his best efforts, You know, the real leaders in the Congress party, they imposed Mr. Kamal Nath there to lead Congress party, 73, 75-year-old Mr. Kamal Nath. Now that's the reality. So he is still the senior leadership of the party. They may love him, but they don't trust him. They don't think he is the man who can deliver. We just saw in Madhya Pradesh, and you're going to see in other places too. So that's the reality. If that is the reality of the Congress party, and then why should we be, afraid of such a thing? At the same time, just look at our front and look at the strength of our party. Congress party is what it is. You see, but we do pay attention to whatever Mr. Rahul Gandhi or Dr. Manmohan Singh or Sonia ji say, because they are also part of this opposition party, and many of them, including the Congress party, is nothing more than that. But Mr. Rahul Gandhi is attacking the Prime Minister, is probably part of the Congress strategy to get traction, but it's not helping. Every time he attacks, he burns his fingers. You know, so that's we have seen. So we are not bothered, we are not rattled, but if he's trying his best, all right, he is entitled to do that.
Okay. Narendra Taneja says, despite whatever Rahul Gandhi may say, the BJP is not rattled. I take your point on that. But I have a quick point to you, Tom Varakan, and I've got very, very limited time on the show. I've just got about 2.5 minutes. Please keep it very brief, because I would like to go across to the others as well. When Rahul Gandhi makes this pitch to be Prime Minister, and preceding that pitch, he's also shedding his minority appeasement, the Congress's minority appeasement image, many people believe, by visiting various temples and all of that. Is this all being put together? Is this all being put together in action in a run-up to him making this pitch? Is he also trying to warm up to the masses? He just can't be this minority appeasement and win elections, can he?
Your audio level is not correct, but I am not able to hear you. But I heard some parts of Mr. Taneja saying that Madhya Pradesh selection was not Rahul
Gandhi.
A
direct question. No, 1 second. Tom Varakan, can you hear me now?
No, let me. Yeah, I can.
No, I have a direct question for you. I have a direct question for you. And my direct question to you is that Rahul Gandhi perhaps realizes that just by being a minority appeaser, he cannot win elections in India, and which is why this endorsement of soft Hindutva. Is my reading incorrect on that count?
See, this is not soft Hindutva. This is essentially the Congress ideology of secularism. If they do not understand the secular pillar that we have built, and on which the structure of structure that India is about, this is not soft Hindutva. This is attention being paid to all communities, all religion. This is basic the pluralistic culture of this country. If these people don't understand and they behave like fringe groups, that this is appeasement, that is appeasement. Oh, tell me something. What did the Prime Minister do in terms of the Hajj? They were prices were, that's called appeasement. Okay. Now the point is, and if you had given something to the to other communities, that would have been a level playing field. But the point here is they try to label us as appeasing anybody. We are not appeasing. We are playing the real culture that India reflects. We are telling the Bharatiya Janata Party that this is India. If they do not understand the culture of India, they want to manufacture and create a situation where each community is at each other's throat. I think that is not the India we are looking at. We are looking at an India which is pluralistic and is for everybody.
Okay, I get your point, but quick closing comments. And Smita Prakash, I just have 30 seconds on the show, and I'll throw this one to a neutral observer and not to the two politicians. His worst critics say he's at least a guy who seems to have his heart in the right place. He appears more humane. But however humane he is, how does he compare with a 24/7 obsessed with politics Prime Minister, a Prime Minister who doesn't like to and doesn't take his eye off the political ball in this country?
Yeah, you see, between Amit Shah and Modi, they have this election mechanism in play, whereas Rahul Gandhi till now has appeared to be a part-time politician. Whatever Tom might say Supriya, the fact is that, you know, the messaging probably of the Congress has been that, you know, the messaging is probably not gone across. If Mr. Tom Vadakan says that this is a secular party which tries to portray itself as a you know, the pluralistic society, it represents a pluralistic nature of Indian society, the messaging that has gone across is that it's an anti-Hindu and a pro-minority party. Now, this is something that the feedback that the Congress party itself has got back. It's not something which is a media creation or a BJP manufacture. This is what it has got back, and now the course correction is happening, and that's what you're seeing in the Congress party, saying that, you know, appeasing or going across, reaching across to the majority party, and Rahul Gandhi being more hands-on and a more not a temporary politician but a full-time politician. But for that, every month one has to see whether he runs off and takes a vacation or not. Not that anybody grudges a vacation, but the point is he's compared then to the other full-time politicians in the BJP.
Okay. So India will make that choice, but Rahul Gandhi has made a decisive pitch for being the Prime Minister of this country, and he's in no uncertain terms said that if the Congress has the numbers, he would be the Prime Minister. He's not going to do a Manmohan Singh on this country. He's not going to follow his mother's cues and elect a technocrat for the top job. If he's going to get the mandate, he says he will lead the government. On that note, completely out of time because many questions remain on that. Can he gather the allies around an anti-Modi bloc? Does he have it in him to be a 24/7 politician? Can he take on the political might of the ruthless political machinery of Modi and Shah? Many questions remain. But of course, it's India that will be left to decide on this matter. Thanks very much to this wonderful panel, Tom Vadakan, Narendra Taneja, and Smita Prakash for being with us. Keep it with ET Now, the one channel that brings you news, analysis and views that matter.